So in this episode, the Queens have come back for their revenge. If this was a Star Wars film, it would be called Revenge of the Sith. Or maybe, what about like The Empire Strikes Back rolls? Or, what about The Force Awakens? Yes, Queens, slide the house down boots. What? Hello everybody, welcome back to the Kiki. My name is Chris. Thank you so much for joining us for the hashtag the Kiki. This week where we are reviewing the episode of All Stars 2 Drag Race episode 5. Oh my god, but first things first, before we get into this, I think we should get like hashtag drag up a Star Wars film trending on Twitter or something. Let me know in the comments below what your drag race themed or drag Star Wars films will be, because I think this could be quite funny and there's going to be some that I ain't thought of. So over to you guys, comment below. So, with that in mind, before we get into things, make sure that you are subscribed, hit that button down there, come join a little family so we can like get the party started up in here. Right, can you tell that I've had like a lot of caffeine today? I am like buzzing, it's like 11:15 at night. I am like, let's go do this. Because I am the 24-hour man. Who needs sleep when you've got Mountain Dew, really? And it's the American stuff, not the British stuff. The real American stuff is so difficult to get hold of. It's like, we're not here to talk about Mountain Dew. Right, we're here to talk about drag queens. So, the face crack of the century. The girls are behind the mirror. All the other girls who are currently still in the workroom are like, girl, what the hell? It's like poltergeist. What is this? All these ghosts of the queens of Christmas past. I would like to see, side note, a Christmas-themed or drag race-themed whatever it is, not Night Before Christmas, Christmas Carol, there we go, good drag name, Christmas Carol. So, all the queens come back in their 2-in-1 outfits. They're not that great, if I'm honest. I kind of like Tatiana's, Ginger's was cute, but I was like, they all have like the same colour scheme, which was interesting. Also, Detox, showing how flexible that bitch is with foot into mouth. Clearly that bitch does some yoga. Probably quite interesting to see what move she pulls out in the bedroom. Anyway, so Fifi and Alyssa start fighting. Duh. So, and Ginger's weighing in as well, because Fifi's like, because she's just threatened, because she knows that Alyssa's gone and they hate each other, and she wins, she'll go home. Ginger's like, oh, you know, I can't believe you sent me home, Alyssa, you're a bitch, you're a victim, oh, victim. Honestly, like, word of the day, victim. And Ginger's like, oh yeah, but I wouldn't send Katja home. Even if you picked me, I would still like forfeit my role. God, no, you wouldn't. Tatiana, did you see this? Tatiana is secretly loving this. She's just there like, this is amazing. Not that she lives for the drama, but hello, Tyra Gate. Tyra is the complete bitch. She loves it. What can I say? What is interesting though is like, as I was watching it, and to be honest, throughout the series as a whole, and I wanted to talk about this, I've noticed, especially with this scene, I've noticed parallels with the Hunger Games quarter quell. Because, like, when you think about it, right, the first, like, the regular series is just like a regular Hunger Games. They get all these people together and then make them fight to the draggy death. And that's that. And then the winner just receives glory and they get to go back to their district and, you know, get food sent to them once a week or once a month, whatever the thing is. I'm halfway through Catching Fire. Don't you know, panic me about it. But the All Stars ones are like the quarter quells, because like, especially the one, spoiler alert, in Catching Fire where they get the returning victors. They know the drill, they know the game, they felt like they were free of it and they've had to come back, and they know how the game is played, they know that it's going to be very important how they're portrayed, the stakes are higher, blah blah blah. And I'm like, throughout this season, I'm like, this is just like Catching Fire, but with drag queens, and I'm living for it. I really want like a Hunger Games themed challenge, but probably too few of them now. But yeah, I'm like living for that kind of style of things. So anyway, we've talked about the beginning quite a lot. So the girls come in the next day. Roxy's boy outfit, by the way, hilarious. I want those clothes. I might have to like steal them from her wardrobe. Obviously, I'm in her wardrobe for the clothes, not for any other reason, of course. So, but what else? Oh, right, so the queens get to pick their partners. the eliminated queens get to pick their partners. And Alyssa picks Alaska for a comedy challenge. And Alyssa's like, she's trying to justify herself going, oh, I've got something to prove to Alaska because I let her down in the last episode. Bitch, no, you did not. You picked her because she's the funniest bitch there. You know how to play the game. And you're like, oh, I know, I picked her because I want to redeem myself. Who are you trying to kid, queen? What you selling? I ain't buying. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with picking Alaska for being the funniest one, but come on, let's be honest why you did it. Turning the page. The others pick others. So then let's talk about the rehearsals and getting ready and stuff. So Coco and Fifi, they're doing like the Ghetto and Chola kind of combination, but Fifi is like super focused about the whole Alyssa thing. She needs to let it go. She needs to focus on the challenge, blah, blah, blah. Even Coco's like, you're ruining this for me. Alaska's realised what makes Alyssa funny, and so she's like allowing Alyssa to be Alyssa, which is a really clever move, because there's no point trying to script anything with Alyssa, because A, she won't remember it. You know, let's not forget, do what. Honey, everyone knows that. But her funny thing is just kind of improv and just being her. So then, blah, blah, blah. Rehearsals happen. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to talk about there because every time they do a rehearsal, they make it sound like it's the worst thing ever. Then afterwards, Fifi and Alyssa talk to bury the hatchet. So they're like chatting and they're like, yeah, girl, let's bury the hatchet. But by the looks of that hug, it was in a very shallow grave. How much we can believe that, I don't know, but I'm sure that they really wanted to patch things up because I don't think anyone there really intends to be that malicious, but we don't know. I somehow doubt it. I mean, come on, they're not that dumb. So the show. Oh my god, so many of past queens in the audience. Amazing. I was like spending so much time just trying to pick out the ones in the audience. I was like, oh my god, it's the Garbage Brooks. Oh my god, it's Jean. Oh my god, it's Missy Coast Davis. You know, I was barely paying attention to what was happening on stage. So Roxy MCs, it's actually kind of funny, but it could be smoother. I think she was just a bit nervous. She was very much in her head, especially when she was referring to herself as being really crap. And I'm like, actually, your jokes were funny, but if you hadn't have said those things, it might have, you know, not looked so bad. Because it's not funny to be like, I know I'm bad. That's not funny. But your jokes were. But her Tasha Shalad was really funny. I really enjoyed that, and I felt that she was much more comfortable being Tasha than Roxy doing the MCing, because it was like hiding behind another character, behind a character kind of thing, you know, dragception. But I thought it was quite a good twist as well to kind of give her the confidence to keep going. So Fee Squared and Coco's, the looks were really funny. Let's give it up for them. That was really funny looks. Although, as Delta said in Fashion Photo Review, Coco's look was a little bit too put together. Like, if she's trying to be ghetto, it was like just too pristine. Like you would expect like a little bit rough around the edges, especially if like her character is like, you know, out and about a lot and, you know, on places like street corners or whatever. So yeah, but the idea was there. It just wasn't executed as well as I think it could have been. It was funny, you know, there was a good concept, but I think had someone like Alaska or Katya been in that with like Fifi or Coco, they would have been able to take it to the next level and make it really come alive. Alyssa and Alaska, it was so funny. Like, it really worked for Alyssa's off-the-cuff humour and Alaska's kind of eccentricity and almost banal sense of humour, because it's very dry. Alaska is really dry, kind of like your vagina. Come through, Laganja, put your ladders up, oh, having flashbacks. But yeah, it was really good. I want to say dichotomy. What a good word. But it was a very good mixture of the two, especially very clever of Alaska to kind of let Alyssa loose and just be her. Like, set her up for a joke, let Alyssa do her thing, and then bring it back with like, bam, ouch, burn, because then it keeps Alaska relevant as well. Ginger and Katya, it was quite funny, but they didn't show much, like, on screen. Like, they had like, what, 30 seconds, and like everyone else had like 2 minutes or something. Yes, there wasn't much to kind of see, so I can only assume that, you know, it was funny. I think they probably could have taken it a bit further, especially the whole, like, as they said, match up the costumes a little bit more to kind of show there's a togetherness there. Oh, by the way, Tasha Salad, because I've got it here, I was writing as I wrote. Tasha Salads, do you know I stay so slim, light dressing? I thought that was hilarious. No one laughed. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was really, really funny. Like, Roxy, if you're watching, girl, that was brilliant. That was genius. And when she's like, do you get it? Do you get it? They're like, yeah, we get it. You don't understand. You don't appreciate good humour. That joke was classy. That was brilliant. So then Detox and Tatiana, I love the premise of like the socialites. It was very, very well put together, very good timing, very clever, all the jokes, there was like double entendre, there was like an extra little pun as well, like especially, you know, it would be very obvious when they were trying to suggest that Tatiana was a man, to instead, rather than just say it, actually suggest something kind of, you know, banal, like I have braces, but in a very deep manly voice. Very, very clever. Obviously kind of risky, some of the humour that they were doing. But yeah, I thought it worked really well. So yeah, the timing was very good. So the critiques, Tati, anyway, the critiques in general kind of just emulate what I've just said. Fifi and Coco were like, meh. Ginger and Katya were like, could have been better. And the other two were like, oh my god, it's amazing. So Tatiana and Alyssa are in the top two with their partners, but obviously Alyssa and Tatiana are the ones fighting to come back in the competition. Because obviously, whichever queen wins comes back, like, revenge. So they go to have their deliberations. Alyssa is clearly favouring Roxy. Oh, by the way, because Roxy and Fifi are in the bottom two, because again, they've done away with the bottom three. Whatever. You know, hashtag consistency. I bet Fifi's like spitting teeth over the lack of consistency and everything. So Alyssa's clearly favouring Roxy in the deliberations. Like, she's talking to Fifi, talking to Roxy, but you can just tell in the way that she's acting that it's like, done deal, bitch, Fifi, you're going home. Despite the fact, if Alyssa's talking about consistency, Fifi has been in the bottom only twice and has been in the top once and has done pretty decently, whereas Roxy's been in the bottom, 3 times at that point and won once. So if you're talking consistency, I think Fifi has probably done better in the competition than Roxy, but, you know, Fifi is much more divisive than Roxy, so you would see, I think, the badness more in someone that you don't like anyway, if Alyssa really doesn't like Fifi. Whatever, I'm going too deep. That's what she said. Woo! So, shut up! Anyway, having Kennedy Davenport flashbacks, darling. So, Alyssa versus Tatiana. This is probably the best lip sync of the series so far. Oh, wait, I forgot to say, scroll back 2 minutes. Tatiana calls out Fifi's bullshit because Fifi apparently was saying to Detox that you're really good, but Tatiana wasn't that funny. And then she's gone to Tatiana, you're really funny, but you couldn't understand Detox. And Tati is like, if you're going to play the game, play it right. Like, yeah, I think that's a fair comment. You know, you're allowed to play a game, but just don't get caught doing it, kind of thing. If you're gonna play the game. So anyway, yeah, they go to the lip sync, and it's probably the best lip sync of the season. Let's be real. Really, really good. I thought Alyssa would turn out a little bit more. Like, Shut Up and Drive, Rihanna, a lot of high energy. There's a lot of moments where you can kind of do splits, death drops, all this. The death drops that Alyssa was doing were a little bit, for her standard, shoddy. I mean, I can't do a death drop to save my life, but for her standards, they were a little bit like, I don't know, there's something quite disjointed about them. Still endearing, but, you know, considering that she is a dancing queen, come through ABBA, dancing queen, whatever. I was like, could have been a bit smoother. But amazingly, Tatiana wins. And as it was happening, because I was like, there's no way they're going to keep Tatiana over Alyssa. Even though I was like kind of rooting for Tatiana, because I'd love to see more of her. I was like, there's no way, in something that was kind of tight, I thought it was a very close lip sync, I was like, they're going to obviously keep Alyssa over Tatiana. And so when Ru's like, I made my decision, Tatiana, you're a winner, baby. I was like, yes, Slay Queen, the house down! I mean, I'm waiting for noise complaint letters from my neighbours. I was screeching with joy. And her little face when she realised that she'd won, adorable. One of my most favourite moments in the history of Drag Race. Probably not the favourite, but at least in the top 5. That moment, I keep watching it on YouTube. Like, just a little moment. You're a winner, baby. I love it. It just fills my heart with joy. It's gorgeous. So, yeah, and it's kind of funny how shocked everyone is in the background. They're like, wow, like, Alyssa lost a lip sync against Tatiana? Wow, A, this bitch is good, and B, oh my god, Alyssa's gone. But, another twist. Alyssa gets to stay as well, which I think is really the best outcome for the episode because they both kind of deserve to come back. Alyssa is just so funny, and as much as Fifi is going to be like, oh my god, you know, I hate the fact that Alyssa gets a free pass because she's Alyssa, but Alyssa is funny, she makes good TV. And I love watching her, but I also really wanted to see more of Tatiana because she's clearly grown as a drag queen. I want to see more. And as well, it kind of helps fill the role of, because Adore left, there was always going to be 1 week less. So the fact that they've introduced 2 queens back makes up the fact that 1 queen walked. So yeah, I think had Adore stayed, then it would only have been 1 queen come back. But I think that's the reason why, and obviously they've been $5,000 each, which is not a bad thing. So yeah, very, very good ending, I think, and they both get to eliminate someone. So if they each have Roxy and Fifi on their lipstick, they both go home. Face crack. But, so let's see who they chose. So Alyssa chooses Fifi, obviously. And Tatiana also chooses Fifi. So Roxy is safe, Fifi is clearly pissed off. And OMG, that ending, girl. The drama, where Phoebe's like, yeah, no, okay, bye, no, it's fine. Like, Alyssa's like, but Fifi, I tried to hug you, girl. You know, and she's sort of like showing her off as if, you know, because like, she's like, this is the real Fifi. And she's like, no, I don't want anything to do with you. And then Tatiana's running up, and I think she's about to like pull her weave off, and no, she just comes in for a cuddle, and all the others like, ah, and all the, like, the panel like, ah, and RuPaul's just there like, yes, excellent. This will make good TV. More of this. Check it. Ru doesn't like change her face, but everyone else is like, "Oh, bitch, girl, she just refused Alyssa." But you know, huge drama. But actually, when you read the Mirror lipstick message afterwards, it says, what does it say? I refused hugs because of tears, or I didn't want hugs because of tears, or something. And I was like, okay, maybe that's true, maybe it's not true, but it is a valid reason, because we know that Fifi gets kind of like that, you know, especially because it would have been even shadier if she'd walked past Alyssa and given Tatiana a hug. But she didn't do either of them, she didn't do any of them, so you can kind of understand. But as well, you kind of could have held yourself a little bit better. As I've said before about Fifi, she has some very valid points, but she kind of, the way she brings them across doesn't seem very diplomatic or very genuine, especially, you know, say it is true that she refused the hugs because of tears. The way that it was handled kind of made it look insincere, and that makes that quote look insincere. So, you know, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I can't believe she'd be that shady when she's clearly so worried about how she's going to look on TV going into the series. You could see that, it was all over her face. So yeah, but you know, her point about consistency is valid, but she just, again, it just comes across as a little bit harsh. But I think overall, it was an absolutely amazing episode. One of the best ones so far, because it was just full of comedy, full of drama, full of twists and turns. The fact that both queens came back, and there were 2 queens that I really wanted to see come back. And I'm absolutely thrilled to see the dynamic and see what happened. So I can't wait for the next episode. So that is everything, I think. I think I've covered everything. I feel I've probably missed something, but I'm so like hyped up on caffeine that I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, so that is everything. So I'm going to pass it over to you guys now. What did you think of the episode? Are you happy that Tatiana and Alyssa came back? Would you rather have someone else? What do you hope to see drama-wise? What do you think of Fifi going? Also, I just want to have a quick mention about the whole Fifi thing. Like, she is kind of kicking off on Twitter. Ru's gotten involved in terms of all the shady posts that she puts out, which, you know, part of me is like kind of living for, because obviously at heart she's a drag queen, and she's kind of letting that old school drag queen style come out and be like, you can come for me, but bitch, I will shut you down. Like, remember who you're talking to. But yeah, Fifi's kind of kicking off, and there's a lot of hatred. She's posted some of the screenshots of some of the hate she's gotten, and it's just vile. It is horrible. Remember, guys, do not get involved in that. Yeah, you might not like Fifi, but do not send those kind of tweets. It is not conducive. It is not good for the community. It is not good for your own self, like, being. It is not good for your humanity. I'm not trying to sound too deep or anything, but really, as Alaska has said, it is drag. It's just drag. It's just a TV show. These are real people. that are trying to show off their career. There is a lot at stake here because this is their careers. It's not like they've just gone on Big Brother and they're trying to make a quick buck. These are people that have made their living and their life out of this art form, and just because of a dodgy edit doesn't mean that they're going to be an absolutely horrible person or that they deserve to be outcasted or to be treated that way. So please, like, just, Fifi is a great performer. She's a great entertainer. Yeah, she might need to kind of, you know, sometimes think about what she's saying or how she's saying it, but she's got some very valid points. And I think she's a fantastic queen. So let's not have that much hate, please, because, like, that much hate, please, like I'm some sort of, you know, authoritative figure. I'm not, but I just don't think it's nice. As simple and basic as it sounds. Yeah, it's you know, it's good to have your little fandoms to be like, I'm team this, I'm team that, and I prefer Alaska, I prefer Katja, I prefer Tatiana, whatever. But it doesn't mean that you have to put everyone down to let them win. Let their talent speak. Someone else might like another queen for other reasons, and that's fine. There is nothing wrong with that. Vive la différence. If everyone thought the same thing, oh my God, how boring would the world be? How boring would life be? So yeah, let's just try and like keep things friendly. It's just entertainment. It's just a reality TV show. Like, let's not forget that. So props to you, Fifi. I think you've done an amazing job. I think you've shown how much you've grown. I think your 365 days of drag is spectacular. And I don't believe you deserve the hate that you've been getting. So there we go. That's my 2 cents on the matter. So yes, over to you now, guys. What did you think of the whole Fifi saga? Tatiana and Alyssa's comeback? What do you think of the episode? What are you hoping for going forward? Has this changed your mind about what you might feel could be top 3? Who knows? So yeah, put it all in the comments below. Any thoughts and feelings? Also, please drop me a thumbs up and please hit the subscribe button. And also, if you want to continue the conversation, you can follow me on social media. Just search for Chris Says It on all the relevant places you should find me. I'm on most of them. And what else? Oh yeah, also you can check me out on Patreon if you wanted to support me. You can check me out on Patreon and get access to all my videos 24 hours in advance. That's patreon.com/Chris Says It, but all the information will be in the down bar below. So I think that's everything. So until next time, guys, be good, be safe, keep out of trouble, stay fierce, stay fabulous, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Love you. Bye. Mwah. She quells seashells by the ski store. No, that's not right. She quells seashells by the bee store. No. I can get this, guys.